Hello folks, this is Ajha from inspiredrise.com and this phone is the Nokia 7 Plus. It has been touted as one of the best phones in the mid-range segment, but is it so? Today we are going to answer this question in this video after a very long term and detailed usage of the same. So guys, let's begin. Let's first start with an unboxing of the smartphone that I did almost 1 month ago in this same location in a very different lighting condition. Let's go. So guys, the Nokia 7 Plus is one of the latest smartphones in 2018 which follow a new trend of 18:9 displays. So it does come up with a good display, has 2.5D curved glass on all of the sides and looks really good compared to a lot of other smartphones out there. If I compare it to some newer phones like the Vivo V9 and Oppo F7, it looks quite wide compared to them, but it does not have a notch style design. Some people would appreciate the fact that it does not have a notch. Some people might consider it a little backwards if you think about the fact that almost every phone has a notch-like design right now, and the goal is to become completely bezel-less in the near future. But still, this smartphone does get the job done because I particularly like the display, I like the in-hand feel of this smartphone, and overall the build quality is pretty solid, something that I would expect from a Nokia. On the right hand side, there's the power button and the volume rocker. At the top, you get the 3.5mm jack. On the left hand side, there's the SIM tray slot. At the bottom, there's the USB Type-C, quite futuristic, and then there's the speaker grill. At the back, you get the dual camera setup. There's the Zeiss branding, and I'm not sure if those lenses made much of a difference on this camera or not, but still the branding is present there. There's a dual tone LED flash, the Nokia branding, the phone looks quite sleek, and then there's the Android One branding at the back. The phone would be available in black and white color variants. I have the black color variant and it comes with a full metal body with a copper strip around the whole edges. They are slightly curved, but they are not completely rounded like a lot of newer phones out there. So it makes it easier to grip, but I sometimes felt that the edges are a little bit sharp. And this is a trend that I have seen on almost all of the newer Nokia phones. Maybe it's the new design language that they are following, even on Nokia 6.1 2018, Nokia 8 Sirocco, Nokia 7 Plus. It's something of a design trend that they are following, very sharp style of edges. It makes for a good grip, but not everyone would appreciate it. It has a narrow form factor which makes it quite handy, but at 183 grams it is a little bit heavier compared to the other smartphones like Oppo F7 or Vivo V9, but that's something which is to be expected because of the fact that this phone uses quite a lot of metal. So I had no problems with the display. I found it quite good. The color reproduction, saturation, etc. everything felt smooth, and even the touch response makes this phone feel quite premium. Let's talk about the specifications of this device. It's powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 660 octa-core chipset, 4GB of RAM. It's definitely more powerful than your Vivo V9 which comes with a Snapdragon 626, at par with the Oppo F7 with a Helio P60, maybe slightly more powered than that. And I think that for the price, it does come up with a good chipset. If I talk about the gaming performance of this smartphone, I felt no lags or hiccups while playing a lot of games. But if you run really heavy, intense games like PUBG, etc., you might want to switch your graphics to medium or something like lower to ensure that you get better gameplay performances, because now the games have again started to become more heavier. If you run games from the yesteryears like Asphalt, etc., they would run perfectly fine on higher settings also, but not with the really newer games. The biggest plus point of the Nokia 7 Plus is the fact that it comes with Android One. So Android One platform means that this smartphone would be amongst the first to get a lot of updates. One of the best parts about this phone is that at the time of recording this video, this smartphone is among the few phones which have support for official Android P beta update. So you can easily go and flash the Nokia 7 Plus with the latest Android P beta update. A lot of YouTubers have done so. I'm not doing so because I don't want to. I want to run it on the stock Android one right now. And if anybody is curious enough to try out the Android P beta build on this smartphone, I would recommend you to hold your horses because right now Wi-Fi is not working properly on the beta builds. Maybe wait for a more stable build or the official update from Nokia's side. Peace. This smartphone runs on Android 8.1 out of the box. Very clean UI, Android 8.1 running on almost stock Android, no extra features added. Just if I talk about the camera application, it has a little bit different UI, and still it does feel quite good. If I talk about the images, all of the images during daylight were excellent. During night time, they were at par with a lot of smartphones, but I won't consider them really good.
It has a dual 12 megapixel plus 13 megapixel camera. One has a f1.8 aperture, 1.4 micrometer pixel size. The other has a f2.6 aperture and 1 micrometer pixel size. It has gyro EIS, dual pixel face detection autofocus, 2x optical zoom, Zeiss optics, and the image quality speaks for itself. The secondary camera is a 16 megapixel one with f2.0, 1 micrometer and supports 1080p video recording. If I talk about the image quality, it was great during daytime and almost all of the images were really great, sharp, crisp, but during night time there was slight amount of noise present in some of the photographs. If I talk about the video quality, there is gyroscope based EIS present on the smartphone which can be seen in action even while moving the smartphone quite heavily, and this is a 4K video recorded from the back camera of the smartphone. The overall clarity and quality, you can see the color, saturation, details, that's very good. Even if I blowed it up on a 4K monitor, it looked quite good. And this is the 1080p video sample from the front camera of the smartphone, which also had sufficient amount of detail, but I felt that the front camera was not wide enough in order to accommodate more people or even to accommodate myself fully in the frame. This smartphone supports fast battery charging, 9 volt 2 ampere, and has a 3800 mAh battery which lasts long, really long. But this smartphone is not without its issues. It has some orange tint in nighttime photographs and a lot of people have reported this issue, and I have also personally seen it myself. Apart from that, the pricing of this smartphone is not the best out there. It retails for a price of around 25,000 rupees, and for such a price it definitely feels overpriced because it's a good smartphone, has good performance, everything is great, but there are a lot of other options out there. You spend a little bit more, you get few other good options from other brands, and you spend a little less, you can have almost comparable quality from other brands like Oppo, Vivo, etc., which are doing a great job in that 20k segment these days. So guys, if you want the Nokia name, if you want that robust build quality and the Nokia experience, the great camera, then you can go for the smartphone. Otherwise, there are a lot of other picks to choose from. So guys, this was it for this video. In case you like this one, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. Do subscribe to Inspire to Rise. And guys, no matter what you do, stay inspired to rise.